Mike James Rock Show.
You're watching the Mike James Rock Show.
Right, it's Mike from the Mike James Rock Show. We're at Download 2018, and I'm going to try and pronounce your name correctly. Johannes
Very good.
from Avatar has joined us for a chat. I was unfortunate to not be able to catch your show because I was doing an interview here, but there's a TV just over there.
Yeah, I saw that.
We could see the action from the crowd, you guys on stage. You absolutely tore it apart today.
Well, thank you. It was fun. Short and sweet, as festivals tend to be. But I think we made a good, healthy statement.
Very much so, and you guys are really thundering it out this year as well, aren't you? Like the new album and everything is a huge charge.
Yeah,
how's it all going?
busy.
Are you enjoying the ride so far?
Yeah, of course. Like this is a very profession that you take on very voluntarily, so to speak. Yeah. I can't complain, but it's been an intense year. I think at the end because we did United States right at the beginning as the album came out. Then we did a longer European tour. Then we did a shorter US run, and now we're here. After the shorter US run, in 120 days, we had spent 60 of those days playing.
That's insane amount of time on the road.
Yeah, but it's great that the opportunity is there and kind of have to make up for it and have a break further down the road, basically.
Yeah.
So, but it's been good. And now this is refreshing, like, as much as I pretend to complain about that we only get to play 30 minutes, it's just this change of scenery it means to do festivals now. It came at the perfect time.
Yeah, I guess. Plus, as well, playing like at the indoor gigs is going to be quite a difference to playing the outdoor gigs in.
Absolutely.
Especially somewhere like here, where the size of the crowd that you played to today, it's got to be very few and far between, I guess, compared to the indoor shows that you're doing.
Yeah, compared to what we get to do as headliners. That has started to climb over the thousands now, which is nice.
That's cool.
Which is very nice. But of course, a festival is a different beast, completely different beast altogether. And I think more. I lost my train of thought here. Completely derailed. Sorry.
Going on about the difference between the live outdoors.
Exactly. Because it's like just the stage psychology is the bigger change. The crowd size, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you never discriminate. We are newer in some towns than we are in others.
Yeah,
so you never know it's going to be 1,500, 150, or then whatever it was today. I can't count that high.
I bumped into you guys a couple of years ago when you were supporting the Defiled over here, and you played on a boat in Bristol.
Oh yeah.
That was literally to a couple hundred people tops.
Yeah.
And the energy from that small show. I know when I was watching it on the screen earlier, it's like it's the same energy. So you still.
I appreciate you saying that. I actually remember that show as being particularly fun as well.
Yeah.
No, yeah. So that's the thing, but again, you still have to change things up when you do your own stuff.
Yes.
People, of course, they bought a ticket to see you, which means they know you. They know a little bit more of the ins and outs.
You play into your fans.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And therefore, the things you can say, the way you can communicate, is the choice of songs. All these things are kind of, it's different than compared to like when you introduce yourself to people for the first time, or if you're opening, and I think that is the main refreshing part of it, rather than crowd size. It's just that to say hello for the first time compared to say hello to the 20th time to some people.
Getting your sound into new ears and making that impression on people.
Exactly.
And you've got the stage presence and the setup and the look as well, that people that are just wandering across the back of the festival go like, hello, I like the sound of this, and they look interesting, and then they'll remember you then when they get back and recover from their hangovers of 3 days in a field here at Download.
Yeah, but it's day one now, right?
It is, yeah.
Good for us.
But I think a lot of people are already spent out.
Yeah. That's what I used to do.
Yeah.
Paid to go to festivals as well.
I did notice that you guys have announced going on tour with Trivium as well.
Yeah.
That's later in the year.
Yeah.
That's a different style again. You seem to be being placed with very openly different kind of styles of bands. Is this a logical thing that you thought of before the album?
No, the thing is, we don't know where we belong.
Okay.
Which I think is a good thing as an artist, to not have to be too clearly defined. I'm defining my ideals for what I want to achieve musically at the time of writing something, but we don't have this thing of, we belong in this pocket of being pure thrash or pure death or whatever, or rock and roll, whatever. We don't operate like that, and I think the end result makes it like that there's not an immediate click where you can easily put us.
Yeah.
And again, I think that's a great thing. I hope that means that we are succeeding in what we have set out to do, which is to write songs we haven't heard yet.
That makes
I
sense.
haven't heard all the songs in this world, but you know, the idea is to, you know, in the name of metal and for our love of metal, you know, music in general, but metal in particular, we want to do great metal, but great metal with a twist on it that you haven't heard anyone else do before us.
And it's getting harder and harder nowadays to be able to not be pigeonholed into a certain style or genre. So going out and doing what you're doing is getting your sound out to. You're just about to walk through. Oh, thank you. Some people. Oh well. Anyway, we were saying before someone walked through our interview that getting yourself out into as many different micro genres, I guess, is going to really boost you up in the long run. Yeah,
like again, like I think, yes. The thing is, we just call it metal.
Yeah.
And or you know, heavy metal as in the absolutely widest possible definition of the term.
Yeah.
And that's the only part that really matters to us. And then, you know, when Cryptopsy releases a new EP, suddenly we're all in the mood to play a bit more faster and extreme and have more harsh vocals. And then, you know, we go and watch the Halloween's crazy tour with every singer they ever had thing, and suddenly, I feel like saying, yeah! Today, you know, we allow ourselves to be influenced by all these different things. But then again, just to boil down to some kind of fundament that we feel is us, that is Avatar.
Yeah, I get that.
And those are very simple rules that we have for that, and you can play around with them a lot. It's basically Black Sabbath. That the whole point of metal is the riff. And the whole way a riff becomes what it is due to the groove that you create with it. Meaning figuring out the right appropriate drum beat to go with that riff and then perform it and you know, to the best of your ability in a very honest way, meaning really put through the voices of you as a musician, not just me as a vocalist, but also a drummer also has a unique voice.
Yeah, it's a collective thing.
Yeah, and once you do that, because that says everything about metal, but it still says nothing, because this is the fundament for black metal, doom metal, and power metal. You know, those things have to be in place in order to make it great.
Yeah.
And once you do that, you just listen to your own song and it will tell you where it needs to go. And sometimes that's more progressive, sometimes that's way more direct and catchy. You know, it all depends on, you know, the feel of that riff, and that creates the song.
And it's totally organic at the time as well. It's just whatever comes out from that group ensemble.
Exactly. So it's all, you know, it's all based in trying to be honest with yourself and with your music, and to the extension then to your audience. And that is where metal is so unique to me. I feel like it is a music genre where honesty is so built into the relationship between performer and audience, way more than in others. You know, like there are very few metalheads that rent a house for MTV Cribs when that show was around to pretend that they are something they are not. And in my opinion and experience, the bands that do that, to try to pretend to be something else, they can have, you know, a flash in the pan success. But
they're not here now, are they?
They rarely stick around. If they are here today, I'm not sure who's all the bands who are here, but they usually don't come back a couple years later.
Yeah.
While those artists just looking there that have stayed somewhat true to their ideals, Ozzy is still headlining. That tells the whole story, I guess.
Pretty much so, man. It's been a pleasure catching up with you. It's always short and sweet at a festival. Wish you every success for the rest of the year, and hopefully you do get some time to relax and some downtime just to chill out for a bit.
Soon.
Thanks very much, man.
Thank you.
Thanks very much for watching our interview with Avatar here. If you enjoyed it, hit the subscribe, the notification bell, the subscription button. You know, he knows what he's doing. I know what I'm doing. You know what to do.
It's actually more like over there. Well, on the screen it's mirrored. So here, that down there.
It's here.
Oh, it's mirrored. It's there.
Just hit the buttons. You know what you're doing. Thanks very much, guys.
Welcome to the My James Rock Show.